Hey there guys, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Grimm. This is Castelling, a bitter farmhouse ale. So there's actually a long conversation about this and long explanation about it. So if you want to skip ahead, please do. But pretty much this is a beer from the Grimms that is inspired by a couple of beers. Théorier's Extra, De la Seine Terrace Bourba, two beers I've actually never had. But then also Darwin Bitter XX, which is a beer that I very much enjoy. So I'll explain that story later. But these are pretty much Belgian farmhouse style beers that are very much hopped. And so they're very much beers that are defining of their style. So the beer themselves define the style, not the style defines them. So they're very unique. And the Grimms end up loving these beers, and they wanted to brew a beer like in that vein. Granted, they have their ratings. Their ratings go for what they do, which is IPA, dry hop sours, their stouts. Those are beers that end up giving high ratings to their beers, but in the end, they thought they would take a hit on their ratings from this beer, and they certainly did. But who cares? They wanted to do a beer that they enjoyed, and they enjoy those beers. So that's what we have here: a bitter farmhouse ale, 5.5%. Let's dig in. So the beer is wonderful haze on there. Yeah, am I getting some yeast? No, not really. But wonderful kind of light to medium gold color. Rich haze on there. Fluffy white. Had tons of carbonation on this one. Let's get the aroma. It smells very nice. Grass, a hint of like light funk kind of quality, a little bit of hay. Smells farmhousey. Hints of soil, but really riding through with this wonderful kind of citrus note. Got a little bit of orange, a little bit of lemon, hints of marmalade. Nice biscuity malt in there as well. And then a nice like light touch of like earthy and grassy kind of bitterness, just lingering in the back end on the hop quality. Cheers. Oh, that's awesome. Super refreshing. Wow. So I will say today I try to hunt for some of the examples of this style, and they're not really around. Pretty much I saw them around early on getting into beer, but a lot of people don't drink the style, so a lot of stores just don't carry these beers anymore. So was not able to find any Terrace Boba or Darwin XX bitter. But this is very nice because it is a super fresh version of that beer. So it comes off very hoppy. I'm getting a lot of citrus on this one. Really bright, kind of orangey, citrusy kind of note on this one. Yeah, tons of just a really wonderful depth of orange marmalade coming through, a little bit of biscuity malt. Even a nice kind of light kind of crackery note, but then it flies away very quickly. The carbonation on this beer is phenomenal. It's really nice and dry, and the smack of bitterness is very nice on this one. It is a bitter farmhouse beer. On the back end, you get more of that grass, more of that earthiness, even a hint of spice as well. Even lingering on with some pepper notes, some hay coming through as well. It's a complete package. You get this wonderful malt body to it, but then it glides away quite nicely because you get the bitterness on this one. But then there's a hopping of the citrus coming through. You get the wonderful carbonation. This is absolutely delicious. And I will say the Grimms call this like a beerhead's beer, and they took a hit on the ratings for it, but I don't understand. I'm a beerhead like them. I absolutely love this one. That's for rating. You drink this all the time. It's delicious. And the best part about it is that it could be a simple table beer where it leans a little bit towards the spice and rides on the carbonation. This one leans a little bit more towards the citrus in quality. So like it doesn't have to be a simple table beer. It is a drinking beer because it actually has a nice kind of malt hop profile to it. So let's go with a 96 on this one. Absolutely delicious. And so to continue my story, actually, interestingly enough, early on getting into beer, I mean, like, you know, it's just really interesting to look back what beers you were into. And one of the beers I was actually into was Darwin XX Bitter. So, you know, had it once, loved it, got it again, wrote a Beer Advocate review, and I actually looked it up, and it's pretty funny to see myself write a Beer Advocate review from like almost 3 years ago. And then I'll post a video for you guys of a Darwin XX Bitter review about 2 years ago. So again, a completely different amount of knowledge and how I do my videos, but I loved it back then as well. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a beerhead. I love the style. Shout out to the Grimms for doing something that they love. They love a certain style. They try to replicate it. They killed it on this one. Absolutely delicious. Until next time, guys, cheers. Shout out to the Grimms. You guys are the best. Later.